Boxing fans, how's everybody doing? Um, what can I say? Saul Alvarez-Victor Ortiz definitely has a lot of people talking. It's potentially an explosive fight. We don't want to overlook Jose Cito Lopez, Victor Ortiz's next opponent, but a lot of people are talking about Saul Alvarez, Victor Ortiz. Uh, Earlier tonight, I caught up with Larry Merchant, HBO color analyst. He's my go-to guy in boxing. Me and him chop it up a lot. Just got his thoughts on the fight. Feel free to listen.
Hello. Hey Larry, how you doing? It's Chris Robinson. Hello, Chris. How are you? Good, bud. I was wondering, do you have a second to talk? Sure. Thanks. Well, thank you for your time. The big news of today looks to be looks that on September 15th, Victor Ortiz, if he wins his next fight, is going to be the opponent for Saul Alvarez out in Las Vegas. Just curious if you've heard the news and what you think about it. Well, I think it's a hell of an opportunity for Ortiz and a good test for Alvarez, assuming that Ortiz wins the fight he has before that and comes out clean enough. Got you. Now, just looking at the styles of the two fighters, how could you envision a fight like that going down? Saul Alvarez versus Victor Ortiz. I gotta think about it a little bit more. I haven't wrapped my head completely around the last one. So I think that Ortiz is smart enough to make it a hard night for Alvarez, and if he comes out with a good win, Ortiz will seem like a step up for Alvarez, and maybe set up for an Alvarez Mayweather fight. Got you. And they originally Paul Williams was the scheduled opponent, and unfortunately he had a terrible accident. Then James Kirkland came in, and there were reports that first he had injured his shoulder, then it turns out it might have been more about money issues. Do you like Victor Ortiz as a better opponent than James Kirkland as far as making like a competitive, exciting fight with Alvarez? It's hard to say. I think that Kirkland is a big puncher, but vulnerable to the big punch as well. also going to ask.
There you have it, guys. Larry Merchant giving his thoughts on Saul Alvarez-Victor Ortiz. Interesting stuff. Thanks a lot for checking the video out. Feel free to subscribe and keep in touch and drop all the feedback you want. Thank you.